What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Here we go. Open topic, just had to make that last part rhyme. Open topic number 92. Open topic number 92. So we'll see what it do tonight. We'll see what it do on 92. 1992, one of my favorite years. The 90s was great. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but the 90s were great, man. People saying they done with the 90s. Yeah, we all are done with the 90s because you can't go back in time to relive it. The memories are there. Anyway, man, y'all know what it is. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm writing something down. A little distracted right now. Yeah. But this is open topic tonight, so whatever y'all got on y'all mind, say, this is the time. This is the time, Spiky. Miss Lady Sample. I see y'all the first two people in the door. Or at least the first two people that showed your face, showed your name. So it might be somebody that get here. See, I'm certain that I have a whole lot of subscribers and supporters that rock with me. They're not unopen like that. They don't like to put their name on the thing. But I'm certain it's somebody that's probably on every live stream, that watches every video, that shows love, buys the music, but it's in the background. That's perfectly fine. Whoever you are, Mr. or Mrs. or Mr. and Mrs. Anonymous, whoever you are, we appreciate you. No question about it. As is the rule, every time y'all come in, hit the like button. Hit the like button as y'all come in, man. And we're going to do a quick live stream, a quick open topic live stream, because I can't be long tonight. But I did want to give y'all an opportunity to get on this open topic blast tonight, because we had a pretty good topic last night, man. Last night, that snitching topic, people had a lot to say. People who were on both sides of it, and people who lined somewhere up in the middle, man. So, but tonight is a free for all, and y'all are welcome to say what you want to say. Wa alaikum salam, hello blank. I see all the family coming in. Aaron Vasquez, Xavier, Salt Lake, the original boss lady. What's up, sister? My brother Ja'Cory White. What's up, my brother? Homie Ja'Cory, Mike Harvey, Phantom Face Final. Phantom Face says, I usually wait till you speak on something, bro. Michelle Woods. Come on, man. All the OGs in the building, man. Y'all are OGs at this point. Y'all are OGs at this point, man. So let's get into it, man. We're going to get right into it. This is an open topic, so y'all know how we do it. Whatever y'all got on any question, any comment, anything y'all might want me to speak on, feel free. And as is the rule, or is the case, rather, if I know it or if I think I know it, I'll speak on it. If I don't, I'll simply say, I don't know. And we'll move on, and maybe somebody in the comments would be familiar with what it is you're asking about. I don't profess to be that person who knows everything. I'm far from the smartest person in the world. So I defer to people who have more knowledge than I do, because there are many. Many. Xavier says, I'm moving to Houston in August on NASA Parkway. Is that a good area? Yeah, got a lot of good food places out that way. I go eat out that way all the time. Out in that direction. You out there towards Galveston. You're gonna be right in between Houston and Galveston. So I don't know about the neighborhoods and all that, but I mean, I don't feel like it's not like it's bad, but Got a lot of cool restaurants, a lot of spots that I like to go. Curtis Sly's up in this thing. Lawrence Brazier's up in this thing. David Beige is up in this thing. So he said, I had the NSA move into my house. You had the NSA move into your house? What's the story on that? And they set me up so well, they turned even my own friend. How did the NSA just move into your house? I was say you're not giving us the backstory. You're not giving us the backstory, man. Straight up. They just knocked it like, hey, mind if we move in? Yeah, you gonna have to bring us up to speed on that. Hero Gamers. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, Hero Gamers. I'm glad that you have included your brother in your network. Please don't be a stranger and be sure to support the movement. For those who want to get music, who still love the physical copies, y'all can go to their website, southparkcoalitionsite.net. For those who don't know that I have a podcast called the Underground Dialogue Podcast, y'all can check that out on YouTube. And guess what? Not one, but two. We got the Legends 34 podcast. Ha ha. Legends 34. So y'all go check us out on YouTube as well. Me and the homie DJ Rec. So now your big brother's double dipping on the podcast blast. This open topic, man, we're moving kind of slow. I see y'all ain't got much. I ain't gonna be on here long, so y'all want to get it popping. Y'all better hurry. Y'all better hurry up, like we say in the country. PTP, what is your take on the Antarctica anomaly that keeps popping up on the radar? What is it? I haven't seen that. What Antarctica anomaly is popping up on the radar? What's happening? What's going down? Bring me up to snuff. Russia does not own central banking. Bring me up to snuff, man. What's going on? Spiky says, would I ever eat at an alkaline vegan restaurant? Yeah, I do it all the time. I've eaten at vegan restaurants since vegan restaurants existed. There are certain things in the vegan diet that cross over into what I subscribe to is in terms of stuff I eat and don't eat. But there are other things in the vegan diet that I ain't really big on, you know. So, but yeah. I go to vegan spots sometimes because they can always have something in there, like I say, that fits me. And then I got to keep it real, man. I still eat a lot of junk food, sweets and stuff. So I mean, you know. And as far as the alkaline, my dad was one of the first people out in this area that was really, really at the forefront of the whole alkaline water movement. He had alkaline water machines in his house 20 years ago. So I've been up on the alkaline for the longest, the Kangen water and all that, and then now everybody's selling alkaline water, alkaline this, alkaline that. Learning about certain foods that are alkaline. So I mean, yeah. Casual P, you checked them out? You checked the songs out? Says, seems like you believe that the afterlife isn't a thing. You are correct. I don't believe in you're gonna just go to some other place after you pass on. I believe that when the lights go out, the movie's over. When the credits roll, it's all over. Walaikum salam, Lawrence. Christos. It's open topic, man. It's gonna be a short one, so y'all better get it in. Different parts of the body are alkalinic or acidic. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and a lot of people make acidic be a bad. I mean, there are acidic aspects of our anatomy that are necessary. You have acid in your stomach that is needed to dissolve and break down food, and there even when people talk about mucus and all, you got to get rid of mucus. Has a place in the body. That anything that's over the top was too much would be bad, but you want to be in the perfect space between alkaline and acidic. You don't want to be fully alkaline. And of course, you don't want to be 100% acidic. You want to be in a space, in a perfect space between that. Ah, boss lady, what's your take on the fact that they have people that think using a washcloth is for poor people? I saw that. I saw the white lady on TV on the internet, and I don't know how they got on the conversation of talking about washcloths, right? And she was just saying how she didn't bathe with a washcloth. She said it's for poor people. Um, but it begged the question, okay, well, how are you bathing? How are you washing your body when or if you're taking a shower or taking a bath? What are you doing? Are you using your hand? Are you just using your hand, or are you one of those people who use the actual soap and you're rubbing the actual bar of soap on your body, or you got the little liquid soap and like, and the reasoning for not using a washcloth is not because of its if she would think that it was just a lack of effectiveness. Well, it's not an effective method to clean the body. If that's what somebody might say, her reason was it's for poor people. So if you use a washcloth, that means that you're poor, which means that in her mind, she's above, she's privileged, she's entitled, she's too good to thoroughly wash her rich, dingy body, right? Yeah, I saw that. That was hilarious to me. So no rich people use washcloths. I'm certain that there are some millionaires and possibly billionaires that will pull a towel out of the thing and get in the shower and freshen up and get it all. Yeah, that's funny. That's comedy to me, boss lady. That's comedy. I don't get emotional or serious behind that. That's like comedy. It's like, because people are ignorant and people are, on another level. And sometimes people know, see, this is the internet. And people will say stuff that they know is gonna get a rise. Just they're gonna get people to react. When you put something on the internet that is that's a polarizing statement, I could get up there right now. See, I could clickbait. My channel could be popping if I just really, really believed in clickbaiting. My channel would be popping. That's just not in me to do that. I could come up with some titles that make everybody, ooh, what is this? And then or come up with topics that instantly make people choose sides. And those are some of the topics that always really pop off because um, debate and side choosing is just a part of our society. So if I make a LeBron versus Jordan thread, I'm gonna get a lot of traffic on that thread, a lot of activity on that thread. If I make a this rapper versus that rapper thread, who's the best? If I make a Tupac versus Biggie thread, I'm gonna get a lot of traffic. Or Drake versus Kendrick. Let's bring it up to the modern day. You know, anything that represents a comparison or a debate, you're gonna get some action. See, I could do it right now. If I said, hey man, which one of my songs, which one of my lyrical songs is the best one? I think we did that a while back. Everybody gonna start immediately putting songs. People are more engaging to that type of stuff. So people know that they can put something controversial online and people gonna be engaged in something, and they don't care if it's positive or negative. They don't care if people call her nasty, young baby. She just wants the engagement. She just wants the traffic. But I did see that. That was funny. Jacory, I'm getting ready to start some new. I got a lot of back projects and features and stuff that's on my plate that's overloaded right now. So when I get that stuff out the way, I'll be working on a new project and I'll have something out. This is June. I may have a new album out by September. At least that's, I guess, the goal. Miss Lady Sample, have you been watching the ocean temperature history and earthquakes going on also? I just saw Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about that earlier today. And he was just speaking about how there's always little earthquakes going on all over the world that we just don't know about because of the tectonic plates that are in the earth. And so there's always some magnitude of earthquake taking place, whether it be something that's very small, whether it be something that gets to that 5, 6, 7 range. And the discussion that he was having, what I saw was a discussion that he was having because someone made a comment. Matter of fact, the person who made the comment, I actually have to agree with him. It was the same. It was the man. How can I say it right? It was I gotta look it up, man, because I want to say it right, man. I gotta say it right, man. Hold on. Hold on. Let me find. There we go. There we go. It was the bleach blonde, bad built butch body lady. It was the bleach blonde, bad built butch body herself. It was Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she said that these weather patterns that we're seeing is just a reflection, just a sign of God telling the world that we need to repent. And I agree. You know, look, I'm a follower of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Well, I'm trying to follow Farrakhan. I'm not a follower of Farrakhan would be really following right. I'm struggling, but I'm following. I love Mr. Farrakhan. Let's put it like that. And so he's always talking about the weather. He's always talking about watch the weather and God's judgment being executed through the weather. And a lot of people, this will create a debate. This would create one of those big debates that I just got through talking about. If I was to put a post that says, what should we attribute the current world weather patterns to? Should we attribute them to um, God, or should we attribute them to just nature? Or this is just nature. This is just the natural order of nature and how things go. And or add a third piece in there, or should we attribute it to man tampering with the weather? See, that'll spark a big controversy. But she said, surprisingly, she was like, no, this is God's work. And I happen to agree with the bleach blonde, bad built butch body. I ain't letting off the hook for that stunt she tried to pull on our sister, but I agree with the BBBBB. Let me see. Bleach blonde, bad built butch body is 6. I agree with the BBBBBB. But yeah, the scripture speaks of earthquakes in diverse places being one of the signs that the end was near. So I believe that God makes rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. But we live in a godless society run by godless people, and the only God they want you to be acknowledging is them. So they'll block and screen off any connections to anything that would give God credit or bring attention to what God is doing to America in particular, and using his weather to do it. Is that Sat 12? What do you think of writing a rap by going into the studio and just punching in bar by bar with no pre-planning? With no pre-planning? Well, let me say this. If you did it like that, I hope you got a cool engineer, because the engineer ain't gonna be too pleased with the way you're gonna be working him. Look, man, I punch in quite frequently on certain types of songs. When I do my lyrical songs, yeah, I punch in quite frequently, and part of it is because when you trying to go all the way through, like I used to want to do when I was young, when you're going all the way through, you may have tendency to lose your breath. You may have tendency to lose the energy may dip off, or you may have tendency to mispronounce a word or something along those lines. So I'll punch in frequently to make sure everything is precise, everything is right, my energy is matched and matched and matched. But if you was going in the studio, you say you wrote the rap, go in the studio and punch in bar by bar. Now, when you say no pre-planning, what do you mean? Because if you wrote it already, then you've kind of went over it a few times, I'm assuming. So what do you mean you say no pre-planning? Shane Philip Lopez told me he was NSA and his dad was a high up. That still ain't no reason to just let him move in your house. What's up, Frank Stun? Shalom, man. Mike Harvey says, if I was wanting to start music, say like start a label, recruit rappers, do I start with an LLC? No, you start with some talent, some rappers, But I mean, I guess you could go ahead on and get the DBA, and when you create your company, go ahead and get the LLC going and all that. But all that is cool and fine, but you're gonna have to find some talent. Otherwise, you just got an LLC, you just got a business name, a company, and Limited liability thing. What do the C stand for? Limited liability company. I forgot what the C stood for. Somebody put it in the what you call it. All right, Patty, what's your favorite food to break fast with? Unfortunately for me, unfortunately rather, I don't have a favorite food I break fast with. I know that you should break fast with something light, maybe some fruit or something like that, but man, I'll break fast with a full blast meal. And I know that's not always the best thing to do. Um, but that's how sometimes I'll break fast. I don't ease out of the fast. I just, and that's not a good thing to do. But I don't have a favorite food. Juan Soto, Austin, Texas, in the bill. Man, we trying to get to Austin this month, man. So I'll keep you posted, Juan. Do me this, Juan. Take my email address and shoot me an email. So whenever we get ready to come that way, I'll contact you if you want to come out, bring the homies, bring the fam, come to the show. We will be in San Antonio this month on the 29th. So all my San Antonio and all people in the areas close to San Antonio, y'all be sure to come out on the 29th of this month. We'll be in San Antonio, and I'll put the information down when I get it. Big Rick, what it is, man. Lauren says, how the artist movement going on? You all still rocking at the mall? Yeah, ARC. Shout out to my sister Cliche, who's really taking the reins of the ARC, is doing some great things with the ARC. My schedule hasn't allowed me to just be there all the time, as far as in the picture, but I'm always in the movement, always ARC, and always doing things to respect the community, which is what ARC stands for, Artists Respect the Community. So I appreciate you asking, man. My email address is in that. I just put it up there. So, hit me up with an email if you want to be down or want to help. Let me know. But it ain't ending. This is eternal. This ain't fly by night. Curtis Lie, R.I.P. Seagram, Bushwick, Ready Red, AC Chill. Man, yeah, man. I did Bushwick Bill's last interview. The last interview Bushwick did, to my knowledge, was on our platform. We was doing K-Rino radio a few years ago. So yeah, man. Shout out to all those brothers, especially my brother, AC Chill. Right there. That's my brother AC Chill right there, y'all. I'm coming down. Chloe! What's up, Brownie? What are you doing here, Brownie? Good to see you. Hey, shout out to Chloe. Y'all see Cute Chloe Conversation. Y'all be sure to support her platform on Instagram. It's under that same name, Cute Chloe Conversations. Y'all support her podcast. Y'all go and follow her on Instagram. Brownie. She doing her thing, y'all. And a lot of times, man, it's like so many people will complain about not having anything to support or any music to listen to, any platforms to support. And there's people out here doing it all the time. But what we like to do, we like to instantly gravitate towards platforms that are already popping, already big. That's easy to do. That's the easy way out, man. Let's work on making platforms big. Then soon as she pop off, when Chloe start popping, and everybody click, 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 everybody coming on board. It's like, yeah, now you want to come. You could have jumped on from the beginning. You could have been in on the ground floor. You could have said, hey man, I was there in the beginning. Every little bit helps, man. If I got $1 million, if I have $1 million, man, and I loan somebody $1, I'm no longer a millionaire. So that $1 is important. On the flip side, if I got $999,999, the person who hands me $1 made me a millionaire. That's a distinction. That's an important thing, man. It's a dubious distinction for that person. Like, come on, man. I don't know the lady's name, but she said if you use a washcloth, that means you poor. Yep, I guess I'm poor. I guess I'm poor. This is open topic, y'all. So whatever y'all got on y'all mind to say, feel free to say it. Charcoal Fish, when's the next Austin show? That's what we're working on right now. I'm gonna put my email in the chat. Send me an email, Charcoal Fish. Email me so I can add you to the contact list. And I have you on deck. Whenever we do lock something down in Austin, we'll hit you up, man, so y'all can come out. But be sure to email me. Send me that email right now so I can have your email address. But we working on, we got San Antonio coming on the 29th of this month. We got Victoria. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me look at my dates because I'll be wrong. We got Eagle Lake. June 22nd, we'll be in Eagle Lake, Texas. Anybody in that area? We'll be in Victoria, Texas, June the 23rd. And like I said, we got San Antonio, June the 29th. I'll make a video promoting all that real soon, probably tomorrow. Right-handed southpaw. Are we going to get another sorcerer track? People been asking me that for years, man. I don't know. I can't say, man. That sometimes you just got to know when the saga is over. But they keep on bringing back Star Trek. They keep on bringing back Star Wars. They brought Friday the 13th back so much that it really got crazy. And I don't want to do that. So, Casual P the Slain says the devil took Christ to the mountain and offered him the kingdoms of the world, and Christ denied him. So if he can offer the world, he is God of this world. I couldn't agree with you more. See, one mistake that a lot of people make, they think, put it like this. When we say it's only one God, right? We say it's but one God. There's but one God. There's no God but Allah, but Jehovah, but Yahweh, whoever you want to name. That one God is the supreme God, the supreme being, the supreme, that's the key word. But that don't mean that he's the only God that's running around, because you have gods in different categories of existence. You got the God of evil, so the devil is the God of evil. God means force and power. He's mastered being evil and wicked. He's on a godly level of being evil. Makes him a god. One time Larry Bird said that wasn't Michael Jordan I played against, that was God in a pair of basketball shorts. Michael Jordan was a god on the basketball court. We talk about rappers all the time. We say, oh man, that's a god MC. He's a god MC. We use that word all the time because Yeah, even among each other. We might walk up, hey man, peace, God. What up, God? Because there's many gods, but there's only one supreme being who's in control of all things. And anything that the devil is doing, that supreme God is either allowing him to do it by his permissive will, or causing it to happen in order for a bigger and better purpose. So yeah, Jesus went to the mountaintop, where the devil took Jesus to the mountaintop and tempted him, but Jesus stayed silent. He was like, nah, I'm good, because what you can offer me, you can't offer me what my Father can offer me. Look good, but you can't offer me. This is nothing compared to what my Father gonna have for me. But the devil was able to offer it because he is the God of this world. No question about it. How do we know? How do we know that the devil is the God of this world? Because everything that he tells us to do, we do it. Everything that he makes for us to use and follow behind, we use it and we follow behind it. Every ideology that he puts out into the world, we take it and we run with it, no matter how detrimental it is to us. He creates the circumstances that make us do the foolish stuff that we do. So that's why you'll hear certain types of rap songs on the radio and see them all on TV, all on the Grammys, all on this. But conscious rap songs, because that God of evil is in control of the airways. He's in control of what's heard and what's seen. So with that being the case, and he's evil and wicked, and he has an agenda to take you and me down and destroy, to take everybody with him, then he's not going to put nothing out that's going to wake you up or expose him. He owns everything. He owns the radio station. He owns the record labels. He owns the distribution company. He owns the manufacturing company. All that belongs to him. He owns the streaming companies. He owns the internet. He owns YouTube. He owns Instagram. He owns Facebook or Meta or Twitter or X, whatever they call it. Whatever you can think of, it belongs to him. So when you want to get up there and you want to say something real, you might get shut down. Your channel might get snatched. You might get kicked off that platform or that platform. But if you're getting up there and you perpetuating BS, oh, you good. It's just a matter of time. You're great. That's how this world works. It's contrary to what the creator intends for it to be. So we'll say, hey, I got to get that money. Well, he owns the money too. And he knows, and guess what else he owns? Guess what else Satan owns? He owns your mind, because he knows what you'll do for the money. And he knows that you'll go, hey, if it's about the money, it can't be wrong. He's like, yep, got him. All money ain't good money. Yeah, see, I put that debate up there without even talking about. I'm not going to touch that, what I was talking about earlier. We'll do that at a later time. Say, who controls who's in charge of the weather? Is it God, man, or just nature? Could be a little bit of both, but more so of one. Because what God can do, man can't do. Man can manipulate a little bit. He can do some stuff. He can tamper with some meteorology. J Spore, what's going down? Yep, we trying to do it, man. The homie J Doe is up in here. J Spore says a great deal of rich people are weird in my country. Some of them look dirty and are surely unhealthy given the drugs some of them consume. You ain't gotta be smart or wise all the time to get rich. And I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, y'all can get all my music from all the streaming platforms that only pay us. If y'all go stream one of my songs right now, I won't even make this. I'm not telling you to not do it anyway. Still go stream it. But it won't even, you would have to get some kind of machine that can cut this penny up about 5 ways, right? And take away one of those little pieces off the penny. That's my cut off of one stream. Welcome to America. Open topic, y'all. I ain't gonna be on here long. I ain't gonna be long, but I will be strong. Miss Lady Sample says, Neil, she's talking about Neil deGrasse Tyson, y'all. Neil said the earth is pear-shaped. How come we have never seen a picture of it? Well, I'll say this to kind of, I guess, slightly co-sign what he's saying. Maybe not a 100% co-sign, but to slightly co-sign. He said that the earth is pear-shaped. So we picture what a pear is shaped like in your mind. Some of y'all heads is shaped like a pear. But it slightly coincides with what I've heard that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught about the shape of the earth. Now, y'all see this globe behind me. And that globe and all globe models are basically that perfectly round looking model that we see right there. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the earth is actually an oblong shape. And for those who might not know what oblong is, that's kind of like how my head is shaped. So if somebody was talking about me, ranking on me or whatever, they might say, well, he got a round head. You know, like I can wear a bald head style because my head is round. My head it fits the bald head style. Other people's heads may be a little squared off, a little dippity, whatever. You can't pull it off. But actually, my head is not round. My head is oblong, where it's not a 100% perfect circle, but it is a round shape, more so close to an egg, or like Neil deGrasse said, pear. He said pear. But most pears are smaller at the top and then they widen out at the bottom. So I would lean more towards what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said when it said the earth is more shaped in the formed in the shapes of our heads, which is an oblong shape. Who is that? Casual P. Who you arguing with up in here? I'm trying to catch up, y'all. Ben to the win. Ben Wynn says attribute the weather to Dubai making it rain. I see everybody got an opinion, man. Bruce B. Bruce B said you paid for the Telekinesis album on pre-order before the release on your You still waiting on Come on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, Bruce B. We can't let you go out like that, man. Apologies to you, Bruce. That's my email, Bruce. Hit me up like immediately. I'll get your music out to you, man. Thank you for letting me know that. I will get your music out to you, and I'm going to send you some free stuff, too. Appreciate you, Bruce. Appreciate your support. I don't want to lose it. All right. Open topic tonight, y'all. Mike Harvey says Mother Earth is healing herself from poisons we put on the earth. Yeah, I think the earth gonna be fine. You got all these environmentalists and stuff, which I don't knock them. They're like, yeah, man, we gotta save the earth. We gotta save the earth. The earth gonna be fine. Trust me. We need to be trying to save us. Hey, y'all hit the like button if y'all ain't hit it yet. If y'all just get in here, hit the like button now. Everybody who haven't clicked like, click it right now. Click it right now. Yeah, we need to be working on saving us because trust and believe. The earth was here long before we got here, and it's gonna be here long after we gone. So yeah, you can do little things. You know, don't spray that into the air. It's gonna kill the earth. I ain't gonna kill Earth right now. The Earth's gonna be fine. Just like Mike was saying, the Earth got more sense than us. The Earth got way more sense than us in terms of knowing how to cleanse itself and fix itself. The Creator set it up that way. Right hand southpaw. Ooh, you finna start some mess. That's another one of them debates. He said, who is everyone voting for this year? You want me to start it off? I'm gonna start it off. I'll answer your question first. That's my answer. I'm voting for nan one of them. We want Satan or the devil as our president. Which one y'all want? Y'all want Satan or Lucifer? Which one y'all want? Yeah. Let me see what we got. Big-headed Martian, I appreciate the love, man. How did Grand Deception get put together? Grand Deception got put together. It was literally a from a compilation of notes that I had gathered over the years from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Just things that I had written down, just little study stuff that I had written down. And when I decided to write the song Grand Deception, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go get my notes and just touch on all different types of things that we've been deceived about, and I just ran through it and put in as much as I could. Glandor, I see you. Man, am I this far behind? Who's the greatest pure singer of all time? I want to ask y'all that question. Mike Nice, salute to you, Mike Nice. Mike Nice. Money Up Record says, why does the record stores in the Midwest, I guess saying, not carry any independent hip hop art? Are they chain stores? See, it's a difference. See, back in the days, you had the chain stores, the record stores, and you had the mom and pop stores. The mom and pop stores was the hood record stores. Those are ones that just family owned and operated. Some dude rented out this space and opened them up a record shop. Been in the family 15, 20 years. You know, the hood spots. The chain stores are the Sam Goodies. Back in, I'm naming old school, so Sam Goodies, and I can't even think of some of the ones from Cactus. We had one called Sound Waves out here. I can't think of none of the mainstream, but they're more chain stores. It would be like comparing just you opening up a little clothing store in your neighborhood, but a chain store would be Macy's or what's the one, Palais Royal or somewhere, you know, there's a chain store. That's the difference. So if they're not carrying independent hip hop artists, it might be a chain store. What's the name of the store? Tell me the name of it. And if it's not a chain store, if it's a mom and pop or just a regular store that's not carrying, then the reason could be that a lot of artists, mainstream artists, may not be doing physical anymore. They may be trying to just go straight digital, or they may feel like the store may feel like the independent stuff is not going to sell. You know, they don't want to take no chance. They want to play it safe with the surefire stuff. With if the Drakes and the Kendricks and all that come out, they're like, okay, we know this going to sell, because the record store has to pay for their records as well. They got to pay for the music that you don't just come and put music into a record shop. I'm surprised there's any record stores left to even be having this conversation. But the way it worked, you would have to, the record store has to order music. They pay a wholesale price. The distributor of the music distributes the music and delivers the music to the record shop. The record shop sells it for a price where they can make a profit off of it, and the process repeats itself. Okay, Sat says some professional rappers with plenty of money for the studio go in mumbling for flow, then freestyle a bar off the top. Keep punching in. Okay, all right. Well, that's an interesting formula. Look, and I know where you're going with it, but you got to give them credit for having a formula. So, because what you said, you just enlightened me. It's like you say they go in and they just mumble the cadence, they mumble the flow pattern. I do that all the time. I just don't do it in the studio. I will record myself. I shouldn't even be telling y'all this. I will record myself just going over the pattern, how I'm gonna ride the beat. I ain't saying no words, but that pattern is like, oh yeah, that's gonna be dope. And you come and you fill it in with words later. So that's not a new thing. It's just the fact that maybe they just do it in the studio, and then they may not put as much thought into the words, which that's where the fork in the road comes for the listener, because one listener might say, man, I love it. I love how it sounds mumbled or not. Somebody who's more attracted to more intellectual rap or lyricism, you hear the mumbling, you're like, oh, that's trash. So I get it, but it's all about what you fill in after you just lay the foundation. And you lay the foundation. I know for my personal reasons, I laid the foundation so I won't forget the pattern. Because in the moment you listen to the beat and then that pattern comes to you, man, you know, ooh, that's gonna be dope. Or even a melody will come to you, so you hum that melody into the recorder, just so whenever you do get ready to come back and write it, because I know me, I'll be done totally forgot what I was humming or what I was whatever. But I can go back to it and go, oh yeah, okay. Then you feel the words in. Greg Chapman said, did you ever get your bike back? See, man, Greg, you haven't been listening. You don't listen to my music, Greg. I can always spot y'all. I know when people don't really listen to my music. Because if you listen to my music, you wouldn't have asked that question. Spiky knows the answer. Phantom Face knows the answer. There's people in this room that I know really listen to my music. They know. They know the end of the bike saga. Come on, Greg. It's all love, Greg. Black Attack. Are you familiar with the James Byrd situation that took place in Jasper, Texas back in 1998? Absolutely. Absolutely. With no question about it. Jasper, Texas ain't but a little ways from where I live in Houston. And you know, I got people up in Lufkin, Texas, which is nowhere near, nowhere. It's like nowhere from Jasper. It's real close. When the James Byrd dragging took place, they drugged James Byrd. These racist white dudes tied him to the back of a truck and drug him. That was like one of the biggest things popping out here in Houston because it was so close to home. Later on, I would meet Ross Byrd, who was the son of James Byrd. And Ross Byrd, I don't know what he's doing now, but Ross Byrd used to rap. And me and Ross Byrd was cool. We done songs together and everything. And I learned a lot about that situation through Ross, who's James Byrd's son. So yeah, I'm very familiar with that whole situation. We'll never forget what they did to James Byrd, man. Right-handed Southpaw says, I saw a video of you and Bushwick in the studio not long before he died, but I never heard a track from it. Am I missing something? Well, let me tell you the story behind it. I think it's time for me to speak on that. Everybody who have not hit the like button, y'all hit the like button right now. Let me see these likes jump up a little bit. I like to try to get to 100. You know, we got a small, humble community. We always like to try to get to 100 likes. So if you're in here and you haven't hit the like button, hit it now for your big brother. Let's try to get as close to 100. Let's try to get to 100 or as close as possible. All right, now here's the deal to answer your question, right-handed. When Bushwick knew he was sick, right? So what he started to do, he started on a project that he wanted to put this project together. And what he told me out of his own mouth, he said that he wants to get this project done so his children could have something when he's gone. This was his words to me. I'm paraphrasing. So he went into the studio and he just started recording all these songs. Now, Bushwick, legendary, worldwide, internationally known, legendary artist, member of the Ghetto Boys, one of, if not the greatest rap group. I might be a little biased, but so everybody knows Bushwick. Bushwick knows everybody. So he was getting features from everybody you can pretty much think of in the rap game, and rap, just the legends of the game. And he was recording at a studio that was literally 5 minutes from where I lived at the time, right? So when he contacted me to come be on one of the songs, I was like, where you recording that? When he told me where he was recording it, I was like, sure, that's right down the street. So I went to the studio the first day. I didn't do the song the first time. I went to the studio the first day, and he was working on the album, and he stopped and he played me like 10 songs. He played like 10 songs for me. Like, man, I want you to hear this one. Play the one with, Bushwick he just going, just playing the song. And he got, the album is a who's who. He got all kind of legendary rappers on this album. And the video you saw is probably a video that I put on my channel because I was recording that day. I was filming that day to put on, my YouTube. But I would just get my YouTube thing going. The day I was there, Tretch from Naughty by Nature was in the studio dropping a verse for Bushwick, right? And that might be the video that you saw. We outside the studio, whatever, we talking, whatever. But to try to wrap it up as fast as I can. The album was being financed by some other guys. I never met these guys. Bill just told me that he had some people putting some money up because the studio that he was recording at was not cheap. You don't just go in there and just start recording. You got to have some bread, especially to do an entire project. And Bushwick, at the time I was there, the video you're talking about, he was already 30-something songs in. He had like 32 songs. So if you're doing 32 songs in that studio, somebody is breaking some bread. Because Bill was doing it old school. They were just in the studio. I ain't done it like that since I was just getting the game, and we ain't know no better. We just in the studio, making the beat in the studio, writing the rhyme in the studio, and that clock just ticking. That's how he was doing it. So the person who was putting that money up had a lot of money. Okay, fast forward. Bill passes away, right? Bill passes away. Time passes. This album never comes out. When I do features, or when I don't care if it's a feature for a friend, a fellow artist, a peer in the game that I respect and I love for. They ask me to be on their record. It's love. I'm gonna do it, and then I'm on to the next. I'm doing my thing. Even when I'm paid for a feature, I don't call them. Hey man, when you gonna drop the song? Hey, it's out of my hands. I've done my job. So I didn't think about it. Bill passes away. Later on. Time passed. And I start hearing rumblings about why the album is not coming out. I ain't gonna get into all that. I'm not gonna speak on all that. But there was some business things that happened, or that were happening, and then I guess are still currently happening, that led to the project being unreleased even to this day. Don't know the current status. Have no knowledge of that part of it. I just know that was business sides of it that led to the project not dropping, right? I know more, but it ain't my place. So that's what it was as far as why people never heard that album come out, why that album didn't drop. And it's a shame because, again, I only heard about 10 songs off the project, but, he had some good stuff. And I know that people would have supported the project based on it being Bushwick Bill, but also based on the circumstances surrounding it, by Bill being sick and being about to pass away. Then to say this without saying it in a wrong or disrespectful way, people would have gravitated toward it, in my opinion, just from a charitable point of view, had it been released around the time that Bill passed. Respectfully, that's my view on it. I'm not saying, I don't mean that in no kind of snakish way, like, man, get that money, man. Just, you gotta parlay that. No, I don't mean it like that. But the reality of is that it will. Now, if somehow things get fixed tomorrow and the album drops, then if it's promoted and marketed right, it could probably still do all right. But when the business gets messy, now we don't know how things were structured in terms of how his family would benefit from that and all that. I don't know. But sorry to make a long story longer. Just to say business didn't go well the past few days. Hey man, you gotta dust yourself off and jump back in there, man. Jump back in there, Justin. You had good days, great days, bad days, in between days. You just want the good to outweigh the bad. Earth Angel 1200. Much respect to you. Man, respect. I appreciate the love, Earth Angel. Somebody asked me, am I a racist? K-Rino, are you a racist? You know the funny thing about it? It's funny how just say somebody's like really, really a racist, right? Some of the most racist people in the world, if you say, hey man, are you a racist? Or if you accuse them of being racist, when they're clearly racist, they would deny being a racist to the ends of the earth. Only a handful of racists that keep it real and are just straight out to you, yeah, I'm a racist. I don't like none of y'all. But for the most part, some of the most racist people will swear up and down if they're not. Like presidents, ex-presidents, for example. But no, I'm not a racist. I'm a realist. And in the process of being a realist, there are certain truths that you find out, that you discover, and that you learn that are actual facts. So what happens is, in the midst of learning certain truths about history, current, you discover that there are certain people who are responsible for doing certain things to certain people, and it was done for the sole purpose of destroying that people, exploiting that people, burying those people's history, removing the presence of the supreme being, the real identity of the God from those people's minds. All these different things were done by certain people. So if the history dictates to say, okay, according to this factual history, you did this, didn't that, you did it, he did it, she did it, that group of people did it, that group of people did it, yeah, and then you mad, or you passionate about speaking on it and exposing them because they're racist. Guess what happens? Somebody looks at you in the way that you present, in the way that you deliver, and they say, they had a nerve to say, you a racist. Exposing racism don't make you a racist. Saying what white people have done don't make you a racist. It just means that I found out what you did, and I'm telling my people what you did. I'm telling what they did, this, did it. That don't make you a racist. It just makes you a truth teller. But when the truth condemns the beneficiary of the racism, when the truth condemns the beneficiary of the lie, then the liar has to try to suppress the truth or the truth teller. And part of the suppression is not always coming in the form of, we're going to tear you off the platform, we're going to fire you, we're going to do this or do that. It also comes in the form of manipulating others who are on the sidelines watching, trying to get some clarity and understanding. So a narrative will be painted, this dude's a racist. Yep, Farrakhan's a racist. Malcolm X was a racist. Yep, even Martin Luther King was a racist. Martin Luther King was a racist. Because they got to twist it. And in the process of twisting it, they're so skilled in doing that, they'll even make people that look like me call me a racist. Man, you wrong. You shouldn't be that way, man. Dude, you grew up in the same hood I grew up in. You know how it is. You know what these laws, how these laws treat us. You know how this system lock us up, and compared to how they lock up white people and this and that. You know how it go down. You know the numbers don't lie. Oh man, I'm just saying, man. You know. So when you condemn the racism, they try to use reverse psychology on you and ask you, are you racist? Because they heard a record where you went in and told it like it was, and like it is. So I can answer your question and say no. But a lot of black people will get spooked by just the notion, by somebody even implying that they, oh no, I'm not ready. Man, I ain't doing all that. I ain't gotta try to fold and bend and start moving stuff around to appease somebody, to please nobody. I stand on what I stand on. I stand on what I rap about, what I say, what I believe in. I stand on it. And I don't care who don't like it, black, white, green, purple, or plaid, because I can back it up. And I can send you the way you can back it up. See, that's where the challenge comes in, because if I can just calmly say, well, nah, man, that wasn't a racist statement. That was a factual statement. If you'll get this book called such and such, if you'll go here and study that, if you go here and look that up, and then you'll see blah 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 blah. And then if they go do that, and if they honest with themselves, then they'll come back and be like, oh yeah, you know what, that's the truth. But you find out who the real racist is if they can't humble themselves after the truth is shown to them. Got to come back and go, man, we did do that. Oh, man, you can't run me off the block, bro. I'm here. My track record is cemented. Now, let me say this. I don't know what the motive or the purpose why you asked me that. So I don't want you to think I'm just going off on you. I'm not. But just the general, just the thought process, like, yeah. Bubba Seed said, I haven't figured out how you change the way you talk. Change the way I talk? It's the way I've been talking since my adult voice kicked in. Yasha was saved. Do you think SPM is going to drop music once he's released? I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Why would? Of course. Do you know how much a brand new SPM album is gonna sell? He is still one of the top streamed artists. I don't know if it was in Texas or in rap in general. I don't know where, but I read somewhere that his music is still streamed heavily. This is his old stuff. So, of course, when he gets out, that would be the first thing he'll probably do, is start putting a project together. Because when that album drops, oh, it's gonna be through the roof. Just on the premise of a money grab alone. Whether it's a great album or not, it's gonna be, look. So I would go on a limb without knowing for sure. I would absolutely say that, yeah, he's gonna drop an album when he gets out. Give it to 100 likes, y'all. We almost there. Hit the like button if y'all haven't already. Just give me 100 and I'll get out y'all way. I will get out y'all's way. I ghostwrite all the time, Sat 12. You never know who I might have wrote for. I might have wrote both the Kendrick and the Drake part songs. I wrote Kendrick's and Drake's. I'm just playing. But yeah, I ghostwrite all the time. Three ill visual. Much love. $11 more likes, man. We get to 100, and I'll let y'all make it. LBP for mayor says Willie Lynchism, my guy. What's Willie Lynchism? What happened? What's the context of the Willie Lynchism? Y'all believe the Willie Lynch letter was real? Some say it was made up. Some say it was an actual thing. Whether it was or whether it wasn't, the effects that were detailed in the letter were absolutely legitimate. Now, some might say, well, yeah, because it was written after all that stuff had already kind of materialized. So it was easy to look at what was happening and then write a letter as if it was retro. But either way, it's still, the principles of it still stand true. So some will say the Willie Lynch letter was not really real. There was no person named Willie Lynch. Others say, yeah, it was. Consylvia. I mean, yeah, did I hit you back? Email, hit me up. We got to set a date and time for the interview. We'll do it. You know, I got you, man. I got you, bro. I don't turn down interviews. I always try to show love, you know, because I'll be wanting people to show love to me on my platform. So if you want to interview me, let's just put the time. Let's just make the time work for everybody, and we'll make it happen. Got my homies Phantom Face and Curtis Sly. Yeah, man, we gonna tell the truth, bro. Man, I stand on mine, bro. RGB King says, what about the video visual of a bootlegger that can't spell the artist name? Big K, that's racist? No, that's not racist. That's called growing up in the hood. If I'm ranking on my homeboys and we playing dozens and talking about each other's heads and all that, is that racist? If I tell my homeboy, you so black, when you get out the car, the R light come on. Am I being racist towards my brother? No. It's just what we do. That's what we do in fun in our community. And the truth is, some of these Negroes bootleg, they can't spell. That don't mean I don't love my brother. And I'm gonna be racist against my own kind. I guess some people kind of are, but they hate, self-hate. We call that self-hate. We don't call it internal racism, because if you don't have the power or the resources to dictate the advancement or to block the advancement of another people, then you legitimately cannot even be legitimately racist. You don't have that kind of pull. I can't block nobody's advancement. We need 9 more likes, man, to get to 100. So anybody who haven't hit the like button, y'all do it now. Miss Libra, how's your puppy? Is he still for? Yeah, man. Spencer don't stop. He don't stop, Miss Libra. He don't stop. He is on 10 at all times. He shouldn't be Spencer. He should be Tensor, because he's on 10 all the time. But he don't mean no harm. Spencer just friendly, man. Always happy. But he do got to calm down. Would be nice to have a calmer, more relaxed version of Spencer. How did you get past anxiety issues? Hey, man, there's a couple things that I did. Duke, that's a good question, Duke. 7 more likes. When I was having real bad anxiety, man, I couldn't even lay down right. You're just laying down, you just restless, you just feeling it, it's just eating at you. You can't do nothing. But what I did, which was not even something that was just told to me, or I just did it. First of all, this doctor tried to prescribe me some medication for anxiety. I was like, ain't gonna be able to do it. I took the prescription. I took it. I mean the paper, not the medicine. When he said, okay, here's something for the anxiety. I took it. I was like, okay. Knowing in my mind I wasn't gonna fill the prescription. I was like, nah, y'all got me messed up. Not the kid. Because I knew, even though I didn't know how to naturally eliminate it, I knew that I could. Because I've been hearing the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad too long. I know that there was a way to knock it off without having to go through that crap. You know, them folks. So luckily for me, you know, I like to exercise. I like to play basketball. I'm active. So I would notice that every time I would go play ball, the anxiety would go away. Even if just for a little while. I'm out there running, I'm arguing about the calls and, you know, hustling and moving and bumping and pushing and having fun, talking, laughing with the homies or whatever, and it would go away. Now, early on, it would come back. It would come back, but it wouldn't come back as intense. So I go next day, I'm playing, I'm doing different things. You know, you try to eat a little better, drink a little more water, and then it would just slowly subside, slowly go away, until it finally it would just gone. So I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. I'm not none of that. But I felt like I just burned it out. Now, am I saying that can work for you? Whatever, I don't know. But I do know that mine would strike me more so in my downtime, in my idle time. I maybe that's how it does everybody. Maybe I'm not revealing nothing amazing, but if I'm sitting at the desk, the computer, if I'm sitting on the couch watching TV, I'm laying in the bed, anytime I'm idle, here it comes. Here it comes. But I will just burn it out. Because if I was doing anything physical, it ain't there. So I would suggest, just from my experience, just do some physical activity as much as you can on a daily basis to try to burn it out. That's all I got. I'm not an expert on it. I used to make my own instrumentals. Idiot Did Act. I haven't produced in a while, but my early albums, that was me. 3 more likes, y'all. Aaron Casanova, would you sell your lokes? Not if I was down to my last pair. I'm not down to my last pair no more. And look, Aaron, when I go to San Antonio, that's where I get my lokes. I get them from that flea market on is that Eisenhower? That's where I get my lokes. And I'll be out there on the 29th, so I'm gonna give me some more, but I'm not without now. Shout out to Lady Trill, who blessed my game. But yeah, I'm gonna go load up when I get to San Antonio. But oh, real quick. I was at a mechanic shop one time, right? And I was loked up. I had my lokes on. And the guy that worked at the mechanic shop, he walked up to me and said, man, where you get those from? And it was these. It was these right here. And he was like, man, where you get those from, man? Because he know the real ones. He know the ones when he see it. He know them loafs when he see them. And he was like, nah, man, you can't get them. I like, yeah, you don't find these everywhere. And he say, man, I'll buy them off you. I said, nah, man, I'm good. I don't want to sell them. He cost like $8 at that flea market. I said, nah, man, I'm straight. I don't want to sell them. He said, come on, man, let me get them. I had a couple of pairs at the house. I was good. It wasn't my last pair at that time. So finally the dude said, man, I give you $30 for them. I was like, that's equal to 3 pair. So I said, all right, man. I sold them for $30, man. But I was speaking at a school. Shout out to my homie, George, Mr. E. I was speaking at a middle school a couple of months back during Black History Month. And I spoke and I performed for the elementary students. And when I came off the stage, this young brother, he asked me, could he have my glasses? And I looked at the brother, I said, all right, here you go, man. But it was my, no, I had 1 pair left. It was my next to the last pair. This was my last pair. But I gave it to him. I wonder if I gave them to him if I only had 1 pair left. But I gave the young brother my notes. But I'm gonna start selling these. I'm gonna figure out a way to wholesale and have my own little thing, man. Y'all know that's my trademark. I need 1 more like. We sitting on 99, man. D Razor said, take deep breaths. That'll help your anxiety. Yeah, man, try it all, man. Look up foods. See, because something causes that. So it's a solution to everything, man. No, don't take them anxiety. Don't take them anxiety drugs. Don't take it. I don't trust none of it. Not the kid. You said they gave you pills? Nuh-uh. I wouldn't do it, man. I mean, you do it. I don't tell you what not to do. I just tell you what I wouldn't do. Grove Street Hustler says, does everyone have a contingency plan since there's a threat of nuclear war with Russia? America and Russia will go to war. Elijah Muhammad said that in the 60s. It's going to happen. Mike Harvey said, let's say this, where the racism question's coming from, unless you are racist. If I see a racist movie around, unless you just total disrespect. Oh, okay. You say you moving around. I think that's what you said. LBP for Mayor says, when I'm having a panic attack, I can't breathe correctly. Well, I would think that a panic attack, well, I guess, is a panic attack and an anxiety attack the same thing? Somebody enlighten me. But I know there's levels, because you can have an anxiety attack where you're reacting in a certain way. But if you are just having general anxiety where it's kind of just bothering you, you are in control. You can breathe. You can, you don't want to let it get to the attack stage. We're over 100 likes, man. I appreciate y'all. Nobody I know that's on meds or have been on them for like a long time, none of them are in a good place physically. Think about that. Think of everybody that you know that's on something, that's been put on something. Take this for this, take this for that. Some of them got 4, 5, 6, 7 that they take. Ain't none of them in good shape. Not most all of them are just in a bad way. They seem to get progressively worse. Think about it. Just think about your own experiences with people that you know that take a lot of prescribed stuff, right? Think about it. They in a bad way. Yeah, see, Jimmy just described it. Jimmy Cedillo say, I feel like a negative glow from my chest. Yeah, it's like, it's hard to even describe. If a person never heard of anxiety and they ask you to describe what it feels like, it's hard to even really, you're like, it's kind of like but you really feel like I can't even describe it. Erica says, I have felt an internal emptiness, then I fill it up with music. Yeah. It's something, I believe a lot of it is in your mind. When the mind is rewired into something else, into the attention of something else, changes. The message says all praises to Yahweh, and did I say that right? And the real Israelites. All right, man. Drop y'all locations, man. Drop y'all locations so I can shout y'all out. Al the Pal is up in this thing. Y'all drop y'all locations. I see Sid up in here. What's going on? I'm just going back trying to catch everybody that I might not have saw. The Spot for Hip Hop TV said, I find that self-talk helps. Speak positively to yourself. Tell yourself you got to. Yeah, man. Simple stuff like that, man, cannot be undervalued. Bubba say, forget that. Never again. Glandor said, watching Cadillac Records and Etta James' dad wanted nothing to do with her. Oh, Minnesota Fats, the pool player. I feel sorry for the fatherless. Yeah. A lot of these cats made that mistake and then they lived to regret it. You can think about Shaquille O'Neal's real father. He made a song about it. You think about LeBron James' real father. There's a lot of people who, but the truth of the matter is, in a lot of those cases, had those men been around in that child life, it may have changed the whole direction. They may not even ended up doing what they're doing or being what they ended up being. You know, this thing just happened for a reason, man. That's what I'm gonna be selling for. I'm gonna be selling for like $50. When I come up with my own lokes, I'm gonna be selling for like $50. These gonna turn instantly into designer. Y'all pay for Versace glasses and what's some other expensive? What, I don't know. I ain't in the game like that. Give me some expensive shades while I'm shouting out y'all cities, man. Y'all name some expensive shades. They got Gucci shades. I don't know. Bubba C's out there in the Fold 9, Orange, Texas. LBP for mayors in Flint, Michigan. Idiot Did Act, Fresno. The Spot for Hip Hop TV, St. Louis. Phantom Face in Columbus. Brandon out there in Wisconsin. 3-0 Visual, Quebec, Canada. Okay, LBP, that's the 810. The homie Curtis Flies in Atlanta. A1 Music Empire, what's up, man? Who is that's Dion? Trinity Garden, man. Said at Fifth Ward. Woo, man. H-Town, Northside in the building. Casual P out there in Wisconsin. Old Town. Right-handed Southpaws in Inwood, Grove Street, Hustle, the 513. Mike Nice in Boston. Boston, boy, y'all finna win the championship, huh? Well, I got 3 more games. The Messages in Cali, Los Angeles to be exact. Dollar, I ain't know you was in here. So you in the Mecca. Erica said, I would feel lucky to at least be a Gentile, someone who is kind to the real Israelites and is blessed by God. Matt Greer, Stephenville. Miss Lady Sample, Lake Superior. Savage Philosopher, what's going on, man? Oh, Lamarcus the Mecca. That's y'all call the Mecca, Lamarck the Mecca. I got love for Lamarck, man. Yeah, Gucci. They got Gucci shades. I don't know. Whatever it is, y'all be paying a lot for glasses made out the same material. Same material. Ray-Bans. Blue blockers, y'all. Y'all bought them blue blockers. Y'all can buy these, man. Phantom Face is called the Wizard Lenses. The Wizard Collection. Coat shades. Ray-Ban, Oakleys. Erica is in Lumberton. Mike Harvey is in Dolce. Gahana. Jesse Phoenix 602 is out there in Phoenix, Arizona. Prada, yeah, Prada make shade. Oh wow, lost hold on. It jumped on me, y'all. Let me find my spot. I don't leave nobody out. Savage Philosopher, Tulsa, Oklahoma. What's up, D? I see you. Terry Washington is at ATX. Hey Terry, we trying to do a show out there, man. We ain't got it lined up yet, but that's my email address, Terry. Send me an email. I'll put you on the contact list. Anybody in San Antonio, we'll be out there on the 29th. Lake Jackson. No, not Lake Jackson. Eagle Lake will be out there on the 22nd. I've been to Trill Burger a few times, man. They got a vegan burger now. D Razor, Southside, Houston, Texas. Terry Washington, ATX. Yeah, shout out. Hit me up, Terry. My brother Jimmy Robinson, man. You already know, Jimmy. Con, I just answered the question, Con. I told you to email me. Let's set it up. Crystal Glover is in Birmingham, Alabama. What up, Crystal? Subscribe to the channel, Crystal. Don't be a stranger. All of y'all new folks, I need y'all to become old folks. I need y'all to become regulars. I want to see y'all face more often. And on my everyday videos, I need y'all to be really checking for my everyday. Even y'all don't get the notification because YouTube be hating on your big brother sometimes. At least that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Check every day for my everyday videos, man. That's why I really be giving you the game. Mike Harvey, East Texan Plexin. All right, y'all. That look like it's it. I don't know what the Anatoly Golitsyn deception is, Jim Bob. We'll look for it. Shaughnessy, I see you. Savage Philosopher, I see you. Catch y'all later on, man. Peace.